I do a couple problems from 6-8. Hopefully it's 6-8. I think it is 6-8. Let's do a couple problems from 6-8. Here we go. Let's do problem 23. And if you should probably try it first before I do it, but I have no way of keeping track of whether you did it or not. So here we go. Tangent of theta equals -2. And it tells me that I've got pi over 2 is greater than theta, which is greater than pi, which, by the way, tells me, which is less than pi, which tells me, by the way, that I'm in the which quadrant? The second quadrant. Whoa, why would I need that? Okay, well, I'm trying to find sine of 2 theta. So sine of 2 theta equals 2 sine theta cosine theta. And then I go, so that's equal to 2. I don't know what sine of theta is, but I was given this information about theta, so now I'm going to draw it down here. But instead of drawing, holy mackerel, that's terrible. Instead of drawing that in the first quadrant, I'm now forced to draw it in the second quadrant. Yay, second quadrant. So since I'm drawing the second quadrant, I recognize tangent of -2 is the same as -2 over 1. So the opposite would be 2, and the adjacent would be 1. Which one of these is negative? 2 is up, down. 1 is left, right. So this is the one that's going to be negative. Fair enough. And then I'm going to need the hypotenuse, so I might as well get to it. 2 squared plus -1 squared equals c squared. I get 4 plus 1 equals c squared, or c equals plus or minus the square root of 5. We agreed in this case hypotenuse is always going to be positive, so it makes it root 5. So let's get back to my problem. My problem's up here. So sine of 2 theta is going to equal 2. Sine of theta would be opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine would be adjacent over hypotenuse. And that's going to give me -4, multiplying straight across 2 times 2 times -4, over root 5 times root 5, which is 5, and I'm done. Think about it for a second. Doubling this angle would put it somewhere either in this quadrant or this quadrant down here, depending how big it was, probably this quadrant. And either way, it should be negative, so I'm glad sine turned out to be negative, because doubling the angle would put it all the way over here somewhere. Okay, cosine of 2 theta, I'd use the identity, which is cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. I already found cosine. Cosine is going to be adjacent of hypotenuse, so that's -1 over the square root of 5 squared, minus, and then I've got 2 over the square root of 5 squared. So then I'm going to go, so I got 1/5. 1 squared is 1. Square root of 5 squared is just 5. Negative goes away because I'm squaring it. And then I've got 4 over 5. This gives me -3/5, which implies, which makes me I look back at my angle and realize, okay, so it's, again, same situation. Although cosine 2 theta suggests that it's probably in this quadrant down here, because cosine being positive would put it in this quadrant, right? Okay, which means my tangent should be positive. So I'm going to do tangent 2 theta using my double angle identity. I've got tangent, 2 tangents on the top, 1 minus tangent squared on the bottom. All right, so 2 tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is going to be 2 over -1 or -2. 1 minus -2 squared. That's going to give me, -4 on the top. And it's going to give me 1 minus 4 on the bottom, which gives me -4 over -3, which gives me 4/3. Again, third quadrant matches. Also, if I flip and multiply this, I'm going to get -4/5 divided by -3/5. Flip and multiply, I get 4/3, and so that's my answer. Solid. So that's how you're going to do problems like 23. Okay. Problems in the next section, like 5, 6, and 7, are review. We've done those before. Problems 8, 9, and all the rest of those you've done before. Okay, so this should all, the rest of it should all be reviewed. So hopefully you'll have a lot of fun. And I will see you on Wednesday. Snow willing and the creeks don't rise. Okay, All right. If you have problems, let me know. I'll be checking my email throughout the day, and we'll add things to videos and teams as we guys see fit.